The pedestrian zone of Nachalat Binyamin Quarter is situated in the heart of Tel Aviv. Under the management of attorney David Hodak, Concepteam is now offering a select group of investors the opportunity to purchase secured bonds in a unique project designated to upgrade this magnificent location. Its bustling craft fair, its variety of restaurants, and its exquisite eclectic architecture have marked the colorful quarter as an upcoming attraction for tourists and locals alike. Nachalat Binyamin borders the charming Neve Tzedek neighborhood, Israel's famous Carmel Market, Shenkin, the Israeli Soho, and the Rothschild Boulevard high-end residential and commercial areas. It is a 5-minute walk from Israel's major banking district and from the Mediterranean Sea. Nachalat Binyamin was one of the first urban quarters built by Jews close to Ahuzat Bait. Its architecture reflects a unique translation of the Art Deco and Art Nouveau schools to a Judaic style. Once the glamorous center of Tel Aviv life, the quarter has gone through decades of neglect. Before showing recent buds of revival and renovation. Having purchased, planned, and started to renovate the historic buildings in Nachalat Binyamin over the past 2 decades, Concepteam now intends to create 3 boutique hotels, a 600-car underground parking lot, 200 new loft apartments, and an exclusive 13,000 square meter urban mall. Since UNESCO declared Tel Aviv a World Heritage Site, the city has attracted an increasing influx of investors. Unaffected by the world economic crisis, Tel Aviv city records show a 140% increase in the renovation of preserved buildings over the past year, and a 30% raise in the average prices of real estate over the past 5 years. To finance the project, Concepteam is raising funds via a private bond offering, led by acclaimed advocate David Hodak, who will serve as the investor's trustee. As head of GKH, Israel's leading full-service corporate and securities law firm, Advocate Hodak has led the legal representation for numerous companies in connection with their public offerings of stocks and bonds.
We're about to establish a new holding company that will be wholly owned by the trust company of our law firm. The new company will buy all the rights in the Nachalat Binyamin project from the Bergwin Group and will develop the project later on.
Based on our business plan, the first phase of the project will be the quick renovation of the existing preserved building assets and selling it. Simultaneously, we will complete the planning and the building permits. This will enable us to sell the excessive building rights. We will appoint one of Israel's major construction companies to build the project. The second phase of the project, which is the building of the hotels and the underground parking, should be completed within 18 months. The third phase, building the commercial areas and the apartments, will be completed within 3 years.
The pedestrian zone is actually 100 years of Tel Aviv history. This is something that cannot be found anywhere else. Our work with the authorities during the past 7 years has prepared the ground perfectly. Once the buildings are renovated and new buildings and parking are added, the character of the whole city center of Tel Aviv will be changed.
התוכנית מתבססת על שימור של כ-5,000 מטר מרובע למטרות מגורים בשטח המבנים הקיימים לשימור.
The project is based on preservation of 5,000 square meters, an additional 200 new apartments adjacent to the historical buildings, and 13,000 square meters of commercial areas covered with a glass ceiling that will function as an urban mall.
וחלקם מקורים, סגורים, תת-קרקעיים או מאחורי הבניינים בצורה של קניונים מודרניים. כל זה בגיבוי של חניון תת-קרקעי ציבורי ל-600 מקומות חנייה.
All this will be supported with a 600-car underground parking lot with full access to suppliers that will free the street level from traffic during the day, enabling easy access to any part of the quarter.
נגישות לכל החלקים של הפרויקט. חלק מהמימון של הפרויקט וחלק מהמטרות.
One of the project's goals is using excessive building rights that are not applicable within the project due to conservation restrictions and selling them to other projects in Tel Aviv.
וניודם לבניינים אחרים במקומות אחרים שהם יכולים לתרום שם בלי להפריע כאן.
We are offering a select group of investors a series of 10 bonds with a face value of $5 million each. A full capital reimbursement and a 5% annual interest rate will be paid by December 2012. An additional 45% profit will be paid to bondholders by the end of 2013, totaling a fully guaranteed 60% return on the initial investment.
According to a recent appraisal, the value of the assets on an as-is basis is above $100 million, which is much higher than the full commitment to the bondholders. In case of failure to pay the bondholders the capital, the interest, and the profit, I will act according to the deed of trust. In such a case, I will liquidate the assets in order to pay back the bondholders all the debt.
David Hodak and his team are available to provide you with additional information about this investment opportunity at their headquarters in Tel Aviv.